Hello and welcome back to my channel. Sorry I didn't post yesterday. I got caught up doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Picnic day is coming up this Saturday, and I needed to catch up on some work and get ready for some picnic day stuff. So no video yesterday, but we got videos coming today. I got this one, and then I'll have another one, I think, hopefully, posting in a few hours after this one comes up. Basically, earlier this week, I came across something interesting looking at my grades from last quarter. Basically, I took last quarter off because of some mental health things, which resulted in me not having passed my classes. I didn't drop the quarter because that wasn't a thing that I kind of realized I could do, but that does mean that I did get my final grades from last quarter. And because I didn't go to my classes last quarter, I basically failed the quarter, which, you know, makes sense for not going. But what I didn't expect was to get grades that weren't 20 out of 100 or 40 out of 100 or 0 out of 100. I was expecting things between 0 and 50 out of 100, you know, straight Fs. However, I think I got the lowest grade in the history of low grades. A negative 86 out of 100. Which, what's that even equate to? A negative B? Minus? Plus? Negative B? And that class, there was even a curve. So my grade without the curve was probably more like a negative 94. So a negative A. No, I did so good at being bad that I basically negative version of a good grade. If someone has ever received a grade lower than negative 86, please tell me. Otherwise, please sign me up for a Guinness Book of World Records for the world's lowest grade in college. Honestly, I'm not even sure what that translates to. So that was, you know, it was amusing, right? And, you know, I can't take that whole last quarter and let myself, you know, beat myself up over the fact that that happened. Sometimes things happen, and you can't just beat yourself up over things like that, especially when a lot of things that happened were either out of your control, or it wasn't about your actual intellect as much as it was about extenuating circumstances. But I feel like it's a thing that if people feel if they fail a class or they fail a quarter in college, this whole overbearing pressure that oh my god, you failed, you are, you know, an awful student, you suck at life, you're going to get dismissed from the college. Those things aren't going to happen. Actually, they're very nice if you do have a really bad quarter and you've had a series of good quarters before that. They kind of look at you what happened? Clearly something happened, and they help you talk through it, and they work on it, getting an action plan to get you back on track. So I went through the subject to dismissal process this quarter. Literally, I had one meeting. They were clearly something happened, and I was yeah, something did. And they were okay, well, that's fine. What are you doing? You know, and I was well, I'm in therapy, and I'm taking part-time units this quarter. And oh, that's perfect. And then you just check in with them again as the quarter moves forward. Really don't harp on yourself too harshly if you fail the quarter or you fail a class, because you can always bounce back. You can always retake classes, and sometimes, you know, material is hard to learn, and sometimes life is hard. And whether it's either of those circumstances or something else, it's definitely worth always trying again and just going at it and working hard to, you know, improve and learn from what happened that last time. And for me now, I kind of understand this whole process, and it's not as terrifying as it seems. So if you fail a quarter in college, they're not just going to kick you out. They're going to be helpful. They're going to want to see you succeed, and they're going to want to have you want to succeed too. So they'll talk to you about what your options are. If you do fail a few quarters in a row, or you fail more than one quarter within your time, then they will start, you know, getting more annoyed, I think. And they might just be college right now isn't a good solution for you. But especially if you're oh my god, I just failed my first college class, or oh my god, I just failed my first quarter of classes, don't worry, you're going to be okay. Make sure that you follow up with all the emails that they send you. Make sure you stay on top of the meetings and appointments that you're going to have to make, because they just want to make sure that you're a responsible person that is actually going to do better in the future, and follow up on the things that, you know, you might have slacked off on, or that you are actively doing things to improve yourself to help your quarter or subsequent quarters go better. I definitely want to say, if you have failed in the past, you know, you're not alone. But if you haven't failed before and you think you might, it's okay. You'll get through it. I'm still here smiling about my negative 86 out of 100. But really, honestly, just focusing in on those things that maybe caused you to have a bad quarter, and learning to pick yourself up after it, and learning how to manage those quarters. So I'm curious to know if any of you guys have failed a class in college or in high school, and what that experience was like for you. I know that for me, this was very I was very nervous and very worried about going through the whole subject to dismissal process, and the people were so nice, and it was so easy, and you know, there was no like, oh, you are a terrible student, or you're stupid, or any of that. They were super positive, and really just making sure that I'm in an okay state, and that if I wanted to continue going to college here, that I wanted to, and that I was going to do things that were going to help my future. So that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's see if we can get 86 likes. Negative 86 likes. Just kidding, please don't dislike my video. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. Share this record low score with your friends, because honestly, if you know someone that has gotten a grade lower than a negative 86, please tell me, because I do believe that I have the lowest score ever. Okay, that is all for this video. There's another video coming out today about picnic day, which is tomorrow. I will be there somewhere. You can find me. And as always, don't forget to be awesome.